local footy fans, welcome to another edition of Talking SANFL. My name is Andrew Hayes. This is Daniel Menzel. Let's talk round 7 men's. Before we get to the ladder, let's talk results, and we'll start on Friday night. Once again, each and every week, we say it, unbelievably, Norwood is still winless.
They are winless. We will get into the Iperform insights and talk about Norwood going 0-7. We knew it was going to be a tough game against the Crows. They've been very good this season, and they are good at home. We remember the game last year where Matty Panos goal got them over the line. Unfortunately, this year round, they weren't able to kick a score. 5 goals, 6, 36 to obviously Adelaide, 8, 12, 60. Again, the Crows keep rolling and Norwood struggling.
A little bit later on, maybe I will tip the Centrals to beat Norwood out at Elizabeth Oval, so that might get them over the line for their first win, because that's what happens when I tip for a side. Next game, let's talk about the Eagles and West Adelaide. It would seem that the Eagles are absolutely back. It's funny how things can change within a couple of weeks at a football club.
It is, and it's also dependent on the draw and what's happening in the league. And we sort of touched on that a little bit, that had a really tough first 5 weeks of the season, the Eagles did, and have then since come up against Centrals at home and obviously West Adelaide away. A couple of teams that are in a development phase, and far too good on the weekend, kicking 14-10, 94 to 5-8, 38. It is their best performance of the season, and equally, it's West Adelaide's worst performance of the season. They didn't fire a shot on the weekend, and Adam Hartley won't be wrapped with that performance. But the Eagles are rolling as a Sturt. They just continue to get the job done. South Adelaide much better in this game. They lost 7-7-49 to 7-9-51. But the Double Blues, 7 from 7.
This was one of those games where it looked like South Adelaide, for most of the game, was going to win. So to give absolute credit where it's due, they were up against it all day. It looked like South Adelaide were going to break through. And in a day where probably everything was going wrong, Sturt still found a way to win.
And that's an example of a really good side there that, as you said, when things are going against you and you're still able to get the win, it showed some real maturity in that group. And we'll go from there to Prospect Oval, which was North Adelaide taking on Port Adelaide. Port have been in some good form. They won 3 in a row leading into this game, going for 4 on the trot. And they just got pipped by North Adelaide, 15-10, 100 to 14 goals, 8, 92.
It's going to be interesting to see Port's makeup over the next few weeks. There could be as many as 4 ins for the AFL side this week, which will obviously cause a bit of a trickle effect down to the SANFL. And the last game of the round was Glenelg taking on Central District. Not overly surprising. We expected the Bays to do this, but it was tight.
It was tight, and Central's 3 from 3 at home this season. Been very difficult to beat out there. They've knocked off North Adelaide and the Crows out there. So we anticipated them to go well in this game, and they did. But Glenelg far too good in that third quarter to kick 5 goals and winning 8 goals, 5-53 to 6-8, 44. And Glenelg keeps rolling. They've won 6 on the trot now as well. So as we take a look at the ladder, Sturt won 7 in a row, Glenelg's won 6 in a row. The 2 best teams in the competition at the moment, but I still feel like the top 3 are probably just that little bit far ahead of the rest of the pack at the moment.
Yeah, see, I'm interested to see what happens over the next 3 or 4 weeks and exactly what North Adelaide and the Eagles can do. For whatever reason, probably the fact that they've won flags in the last few years, I cannot at any stage write off the Eagles from having a genuine charge. And mainly because of the personnel that's there as well. Yeah. Well, and I promise I'm not saying that because you're sitting next to me.
No, without a doubt. The personnel there at the Eagles Footy Club is as good as any other, and we're starting to see that come through now. And before we jump into the next part of the show, we'll talk about one of those players at the Eagles that's having a really good purple patch at the moment. But for mine, it's probably the top 5 has, I guess, put themselves ahead of the pack now, and it's probably a pretty clear top 5 at the moment.
Yep.